So with such a good response for me doing the video that's been going around for fragrances I'll never stop recommending, the cheapy video did very well. That in turn had people requesting for a niche, did the niche, and might as well get the trifecta done and bring you the 10 designer fragrances that I will never stop recommending to you guys. Stay tuned. So, they're in no particular order, and I want to start with just such a beautiful, unique coffee fragrance, the leather and the beautiful Maninka fruit. You probably know where I'm going with this. Boss the Scent, Private Accord. I haven't been wearing it much lately either. That's the crazy thing. I'm always have new fragrances coming in, so some of my favorites, which this is one of, tend to get pushed to the side sometimes, and I really need to make it a point to wear this in the next few days because this is such a damn good fragrance. Now, I've heard wonderful things about Absolute. I do thoroughly enjoy the Parfum. That's another one that kind of gets pushed to the side, but I tell you what, the mixture with the coffee in this one, it's just gorgeous. The trail on this one is almost to die for. It's beautiful. Compliment magnet. It just pulls them in. Great in the cold weather. I bring it up every winter for good reason because this is a fantastic designer winter fragrance. I love this one. The performance is just right. It's not too much, and it's definitely not a weak scent. And it smells very unique. It really does. Beautiful, beautiful scent that I'll always continue to recommend to you guys. That's Boss the Scent, Private Accord. Now, I really love this entire line. I do. I just do. I did a full review on the original in the line recently. Some of you may know where I'm going with this. I'm talking about Acqua di Gio Profumo. I recently did a full review on the original. If you haven't seen that yet, put that right there for you. Look, I love Absolute. That's probably the one I wear the most. I actually have a 200 ml backup bottle to go with my 75 ml tester, so I'm good forever on that one. And Profondo I find was just a great release. I feel like it's a really good addition, but man, the versatility of Profumo, it's unmatched in this line. Because of that darkness with the incense and the patchouli that's added to this one, it really adds a professional appeal to this one. This one works in more situations and in more seasons, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, you can wear a fresh fragrance in the coldest of weather if you want to, but I feel like this darkens it up just enough to where this is the one to wear in the colder weather. And it's great for the office, great in a professional setting. I love Profumo. It's still my favorite in the line, even though it's not the one that I wear the most, because I kind of hold this one to certain scenarios, because the other ones just work in more casual situations. You know, I reserve this more as a work fragrance, and like I said, professional setting. Hell, it's even the one you can wear to a wedding if you want, because it is a compliment getter. And it's one that I'll never stop recommending to you guys, and that's Acqua di Gio, the Profumo flanker. Next is just flat out my favorite fragrance. It really is. I love this one. It's fresh, it's aquatic, it's powdery, and it's beautiful. It's Invictus Aqua from Paco Rabanne. This is a tester bottle. I always have to make it a point when I bring this up to point out it's a tester bottle. That's why it says the name of the fragrance on the front, because you never know who's watching. It might be a first-time viewer, and if you are a first-time viewer, thank you for checking out the video. But this one is a moderate to slightly above average performer on my skin and longevity. Great projection and sillage in that first 2 hours anyways. I've gotten a lot of compliments with this fragrance. I have more than any other fragrance I've ever worn. I love this one. It is such a good fragrance. It makes me happy when I wear it. It really does. This is my favorite fresh fragrance. Hell, it overtook the original. It was kind of 1A and 1B with the original for a long time, but I finally decided this is the clear winner. This is my favorite. If I had to pick one from the line, it's going to have to be Invictus Aqua. I even enjoy all the Invictus Aqua style fragrances that other companies do, like Davidoff Cool Water Wave. Love that one. Great cheapie. Mont Blanc Legend Spirit, so on and so forth. I love all of those fragrances because I love this DNA. I love the way this fragrance smells, and it's one you guys got to get used to seeing, especially in the warmer weather is when you really see this one on my channel, because I'll never stop recommending Invictus Aqua. Definitely my favorite designer iris fragrance. It's more of a leather fragrance, but the way the iris is done in this one is just so beautiful. It's not the easiest to get, which kind of sucks for me wanting to recommend this all the time. But man, if you can get your hands on it, you'll just understand what I'm talking about with Dior Homme Parfum. It's so damn good. It really is. This is a masterpiece designer fragrance. Just do a little half spray, because these are some expensive sprays. This 75 ml is going for a pretty penny on eBay, over $200. And look, I'm not saying it's not worth that price to you. To some people it may be. I won't pay that. I was cool with retail. I'm glad I got 2 bottles when I did. I have 5 ounces, well, less than 5 ounces of it now, but I got 2 bottles. Should be good forever because I don't wear it all the time, but I hold this one in high regard. I really do. I think this is a masterpiece. This is one of my favorite designer fragrances of all time. It's my favorite iris fragrance that's ever been made. The way the leather comes off with that little touch of oud and rose that's in there, this creamy sandalwood that takes over in the dry down later. It's a freaking beast. This is a monster. You don't need many sprays. Big sillage, long lasting. This is incredible. I love the line. I love the Dior Homme line. But none of them can touch Parfum to me. And it's one that I'll always recommend to you guys, even though it's hard to get. Still want to talk about it and tell you, if you can, get your hands on it because it's worth it. Dior Homme Parfum. Now this is kind of 1B to my favorite summer fragrance, because Invictus Aqua is my favorite. But number 2 would have to be Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense. Yes, I do like the original's scent a little bit better. There's no denying the performance on this one. Compliment Machine doesn't smell that great directly off of skin, but the trail on this one, my God, they just as soon have a magnet logo on the front of this one because it works. Man. It takes everything you love about the original and amps it up, hence the Eau Intense name. And it performs. Look, if some of you have dry skin and you don't get but a few hours on it, that's very unfortunate, and I am sorry to hear that, because I've had some people tell me in other videos where I've recommended this that they don't get this kind of performance. I know a lot of people that do, and I gotta tell you, 8 to 10 hours every time I wear it. Usually leaning more towards the 10-hour side. In the hottest of weather, I get 8 hours with this one. It's great. It's not that old of a bottle either. You know, it's a little over a year old, about a year old, something like that. This is a really, really good fragrance. Beast, Compliment Machine. It's freshness at its finest. Like I said, it's 1B to Invictus Aqua being my 1A for summer. And this is another one, just like it was featured heavy this past summer. I'm sure I'll be featuring it relatively heavy this upcoming summer, because I'll never stop recommending Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense. I think this has officially become my favorite in the line. And look, I've recommended the Extreme to you many, many times because it's great and it fits so many scenarios and it's a lot safer. And when I say safer, you'll understand in a minute. Spicebomb Night Vision Eau de Parfum. I love this fragrance. I liked the original, the Eau de Toilette, but they just made this one even better. God, it smells so good. And look, I still love the Extreme. I'm still going to recommend that to you guys a lot because it's spicy and sweet. This one's a bluer, spicy, sweet, nutty, creamy. This has got a lot of things going on. Still floating in the air. And it's a beast. It's just as much of a beast as Spicebomb Extreme is in longevity and projection. Compliment factor is way up. My wife loves the way this one smells. That's always an added bonus. Man, I'm telling you guys, if you haven't tried this one yet, you need to try Spicebomb Night Vision Eau de Parfum. They did great with this release. They heard all the complaints of the, I mean, I can't confirm this, I'm just assuming based on what they did with this. They heard the complaints from the Eau de Toilette and they fixed it. And look, that one performs very well, and that's more, it smells really close to Wanted, the original Wanted from Azzaro. Invictus opening, spicy heart and dry down. They kind of smell really similar to each other, which I don't understand for everybody that likes Azzaro Wanted. How could you not like Spicebomb Night Vision Eau de Toilette? Because they're almost the same fragrance. But man, they went the extra mile with the Eau de Parfum. And it's one that get used to seeing, because when it fits the video style or the video topic, I'll definitely be recommending this to you guys until you all try it, because it's worth at least trying. And that's Night Vision EDP. Now this is probably my second favorite designer iris fragrance. At least the line is. It's the Prada L'Homme line, and I know the original it really makes me happy. It really does. But as far as what I'd recommend to you guys, if you're looking for a really good cold weather iris fragrance, look no further than Prada L'Homme Intense. Much more achievable than Dior Homme Parfum. I actually have 2 bottles of this as well. So both of them, I have 2 bottles because I love them that much. And I don't ever want to run out. The risk of not being able to get them, which with Dior Homme Parfum, hard to get over here in the States. With this one, not hard to get. Not a cheapie, but not super expensive either. Performs and is just beautiful. That soapy iris, soapy powdery iris, because nobody does soapy iris like Prada does, with this beautiful patchouli and leather. The way it's blended, it's just so damn good. It really is. I feature it every winter because it deserves to be featured every winter. And if I didn't have so many damn fragrances, I would wear it a lot more. You know, that's kind of the burden and the curse of having a lot of fragrances is stuff gets pushed to the side a lot. And I'm guilty of pushing this one to the side a lot, but it's one that has my heart for sure. And if you haven't smelled this one yet, this is another one I urge you. Try it. If you like iris, there's no excuse to not have this. It is that good. It's arguably the best in the line for a lot of people. And look, L'Eau, the original, and this, it's kind of, they run a race for my favorite, with the original ever so slightly pulling ahead, because L'Eau is incredible for the heat and Intense is incredible for the winter. Now, I've had a lot of people tell me I need to try the Intensely, and I haven't tried Freeze yet. I've heard it's kind of meh. I haven't tried Leather. I haven't tried any of the flankers. Just the original, because I really love the original, Stronger With You by Emporio Armani. Warm, spicy, sweet, a little nutty, a little dry powderiness, this dry chestnut in the dry down. Such a good fragrance. Another one, wife really loves this one. Loves when I wear it. I love when I wear it too, because it's a performer and it's warm and spicy with a little sweetness. It's really a good fragrance, and I understand a lot of you say I need to try the other ones. It's hard to say it's my favorite when I haven't tried the others, because I can't say it's my favorite in the line because it's the only one I have. But eventually I will get around to trying some of the flankers. Maybe in the next month or so I'll go on a Stronger With You flanker hunt. Who knows? It all depends on if you guys want to see it, because there's always stuff that I'm looking to get. I'm always got stuff coming in. I'm always buying fragrances. I love this stuff. I love this fragrance. I love talking to you guys about it, because if you haven't tried it, you really should. You really should. This is at the department stores. These Armani fragrances are easy to try as long as you go to a department store that sells fragrances. They most likely have it. If you haven't tried the original yet, I suggest trying this one first before you try the other flankers, so you know where the original DNA is coming from, because the original DNA is a freaking banger, and I'll never stop recommending Stronger With You to you guys. Speaking of Armani, had to have an Armani code in here. And look, I know a lot of people love Absolute. I get it. But my personal favorite is definitely, got the bottle backwards, it's definitely Profumo. I love Profumo. It just smells like a powdery chocolate donut with a little bit of leather. It's the easiest way to describe it. It's a beast. It performs. Look, I have Absolute as well. That's super, super sickeningly vanilla sweet to me. This one tones it back a little bit. Not a heavy vanilla fragrance like Absolute is. I do like Absolute. Profumo is my cup of tea. It just is. This screams Christmas. This screams winter. This screams snowfall. It pierces through the cold with no issues. It's a compliment puller. Man, it's such a good fragrance. I know I only have this little 30 ml bottle, but it lasts a long time for me, because, you know, 4 spray fragrance, maybe 5 if I really want to fill a room, because it does fill a room on my skin. And it just works. It's one I'll never stop recommending to you guys. This is my favorite Armani code fragrance. I do have a few of them. I have tried more than what I actually have. And I've never liked another Armani code flanker more than I like Profumo. So even though this is actually, I don't wear this one as much as I wear the original, which is kind of a shame. But, you know, that one's just versatile because it's fresher, I guess. But Dior Sauvage Parfum, this big old 200 ml bottle. I love the scent on this one. More than the EDP, more than EDT. And for those that want to tell you or things you read about, oh, it doesn't perform. That's bull. That's BS. Don't believe that. Try it yourself. It's easy to go anosmic to this one. I go anosmic to this one. And the reason I found that out was when we had to start wearing these masks, was right around the time that I got this bottle. And obviously I worked to work that day, that first day I had it. And I would be outside for 2 hours or whatever with my mask on. I'd come inside to my office, take my mask off, and it would just hit me in the face. Rinse and repeat. It was over and over. And I'd take my 6, 7, 8 hours in. I'd take my mask off and boom, it would hit me in the face. It's easy to go nose blind to this. And just because ambroxan is not listed in the official note breakdown, it's an ambroxan fragrance still. It's still the heart and the bread and butter of Dior Sauvage. But this is about as close to niche quality anyways as Sauvage can get to my nose. And for my opinion, the Olibanum, the incense in this one, oh my God, it just adds so much to this one. It's so warm. It's got a light smokiness in the back. It's still got that fizzy quality to it that the ambroxan's providing. It's so good. Lasts forever and ever and ever. And it projects better than you may think. Anosmia is a real thing for your olfactory system. You can go nose blind to fragrances, and this is a culprit of anosmia for me. And I'm sure that's the case for a lot of other people. I will never stop recommending this one to you guys. I got a big old bottle so we can talk about this one for a very, very long time. Don't shortchange it because of what you read online. Try it for yourself. This may end up being your favorite version too. And last but not least, we're going to stick with Dior. And this is one that's kind of a special occasion fragrance for me. That's why you don't see me talk about it all the time, but when the video topic fits it, it always makes the video because it's very classy, very elegant, and it is a monster in performance. It's my favorite vetiver fragrance because it's got a beautiful soapy vetiver. Eau Sauvage Parfum, the 2017 to newest formula. I do have a decant that a subscriber, Chris, shout out to you, was very kind to send me of the 2012, the old style formula, the darker juice with the myrrh. And don't get me wrong, that's beautiful. That's much more barbershop than I find this one to be. This is still very barbershop. This one leans a bit more fougere than barbershop because it's a bit more herbaceous and more vetiver based than I find it to be aromatic, lavender, that type of style. I feel like it doesn't warrant, it's not redundant to have both, essentially. But this one's easier to get. Yeah, it's pricey. It's $120, $130, depending on where you get it, even for a tester. But boy, is it worth it, because you don't need many sprays. You don't need many sprays. It's a little on the mature side. I don't see too many young bucks really enjoying this one. But give it a shot. If you can sample it some kind of way, sample it. But if you like vetiver, if you like heavy citron notes, because yes, it's a citrusy fragrance, but it's full-bodied, thick, and wears heavy for being the type of fragrance it is. I don't like wearing this one in the summer because it wears heavy, and it's a powerful SOB. This fragrance is super, super powerful. I never wear more than 4 sprays when I wear it. I do one on each side of my neck, one behind my neck, and one on my chest every time I wear it, which there's a little bit of juice missing from it because I don't wear it all the time. It's a special occasion fragrance for me, and every time it fits the video topic, you'll see me recommending Dior Eau Sauvage Parfum because this is a stunning designer masterpiece. Well guys, that's the 10 designer fragrances that I don't plan on ever stopping recommending to you guys. A lot of stuff from the different lines from Armani, some Dior's, little Spicebomb action, you know Invictus Aqua was going to be in here. Just some of my favorites. You see them pop up in my videos because I like recommending them to you guys because I firmly believe in how good these fragrances actually are. And until next time, do me a real quick favor and go ahead and like, comment, subscribe because I do appreciate all the feedback. I love hearing from you guys. How many of these do you already have? How many of these are you yet to try? Never a better time than right now to try them out because with designer fragrances, it's pretty easy to go stop by a Stage, a Dillard's, a Macy's, places like that, a Nordstrom or wherever. Go pop in, check out the fragrance counter and try them for yourself and see if they're for you. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of these and you give them a spray now, pretty confident you'll thank me later. Have a good one, guys.